Welcome to a quick sharp review of Sakamoto Days. I'm going to be talking about the structure of the books and a little bit about the story, and then what music I would recommend listening to while reading it. So Sakamoto Days is one of the newest Jump series that I've been following along with. I usually don't read books, manga as it's coming out, but I just decided to have a go with this one. So just having a look at it. So they're standard manga volumes. We've got a nice cover of our hero Sakamoto and our secondary character Shin here. On the spine you can see it's white, they're all white, and they have little pictures there of the characters who make up the front cover. The back is just sort of a yellowish version of that with like a bullet hole type of effect. We've got other characters here, other character Lou, and then we've got another character, Heisuke I think is his name. To be honest, I wasn't that interested in this series after seeing the first few covers, and then as the series is releasing more books, I'm starting to see more of the covers, and that's what really got me interested, particularly Volume 4. I'll put up a picture of Volume 4 because it hasn't been released yet in English, but it's one of the best covers I've seen for a manga, full stop. These ones I think the first two I think look a bit similar, so not that interesting, and then we start to get a bit of a different colour palette here with the third one, a bit more dynamic energy, and 4, 5, 6 all look different and really interesting. So I'm excited for those to come. So Sakamoto Days is a story about Mr. Sakamoto, who was an assassin. He was like this legendary assassin. He was the greatest of all time and super ruthless. And then he fell in love with a convenience store shopkeeper, and decided to have kids and then gain all this weight and set up his own shop and leave that world behind him. And obviously, like, that sort of life isn't left behind very easily, and sort of starts to catch up with him. It's like a comedy action manga. There's lots of comedy, particularly in the early stuff, about the general premise of him wanting to leave that life behind him, and catching up, but also, he's like out of shape and stuff. It's sort of goofy vibe to it, but also has some really great action sequences. Some very cool designed panels, and a lot of sort of double page spreads that really like so hype. Shin's a cool character. He's like his little mate who can read minds, and that has a lot of comedic and story based implications. And because they're sort of like undercover, they're not trying to like draw attention to themselves. Often they will put these weird disguises on, like, he's wearing this strange mask. And as the series starts to go on, I've only read these first three volumes, but already the series is starting to show a bit more action and pushing the plot along, which is cool to see. And from what I hear, it just keeps on getting better and better. I think this might be one of the next big series in Jump. I know it's starting to get very popular in Japan. So I'm excited to see more of it. And I love these characters. I think they're really well designed. They're very endearing. And as I said, the fight sequences are really cool. The music, I would recommend listening to this. I'm still trying to figure it out, because the tone shifts so often from sort of comedic and and light to then like these like intense moments, which are really cool. I'm putting together a playlist at the moment that I call Modern Setting Shonen Manga. I've also been making one for like fantasy shonen manga, which is a little bit different, but the modern setting, has sort of like contemporary stuff, and basically I just try to make a soundtrack that has a mix of like light music. It's mostly like anime OST and stuff, not really many words and lyrics, so like fight music, and then like comedic moment music, and then tense music and emotional music. So I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. I'll put the link in the description though. I also think, you know, if you don't want to use that, then the Persona 5 soundtrack sort of has a good vibe, where it's sort of funky and weird, but also has like these dramatic moments. So I'll put a link for that one as well. Have you read Sakamoto Days? Are you going to read it? Do you feel like it's going to be one of the new big series? I personally do. That and another series that I'm going to review soon after I get my hands on the third volume. But I'll be curious to know what you guys think. And let me know if you are going to read it, and if you want to talk about any other series. Okay, thanks. Bye.